Hi, everybody. My name is Mike Eads. I'm running for re-election for Cumberland Town Council. This would hopefully be my fifth term. I For me to say that running for town council is an honor would be an understatement. I really enjoy being on the council and serving you. I'm a native. I grew up in Cumberland. I've lived here all my life. I enjoy everything this town has to offer. You know, frequently people will come in and they'll tell us reasons that they moved to Cumberland. They moved for the open space. They moved for the parks that we have. They moved for the school system. They move here for so many reasons, and yet I still feel the same way as they do, and even though I've lived here my entire life. I feel, I love the open spaces that we have. I love I've raised two kids in the school system. I live on land that we had growing up. I'm just excited, and we have what I would call a really cool town. I mean, we've got one of the older populations, but we have a lot of young people in this town. We have people from all diversity. People that are well off, some that are not. We have people that are blue collar workers, people that are white collar workers. The thing about this town is just, it welcomes everybody, and that's what I'm really proud of. Some of the accomplishments I've had over the last 12 years is the increase in open space. I mean, we have bought the town beach. We've increased the size of Knight's Pond. We've added 3 pieces of land to Rhines Forest. We bought and now own Greeley Woods. And all this stuff's preserved for generations to come. At the same time, we've not had to use a lot of taxpayer money. I've got a reputation of being fiscally conservative, but I owe it to you. I owe it to you, the people of Cumberland, to be very frugal and fiscally conservative with your money. I'm proud of the fact that most of the budgets that we passed in my 12-year here on the council have been 3% increase or less. We've even had a 1 point something budgets a couple times. I'm really proud of that. Living in this town is expensive, but the town has to do their part in keeping it affordable and keeping it so people can afford to pay their taxes and stay in their home. I'd ask for your vote on June 10th. Hopefully I've earned it. I never take that for granted. I'm here for you. I've always been open and receptive to even the people I disagree with. I need everybody to walk away feeling that they've been valued and that I'm a counselor for everyone in this town. So thank you, and I appreciate, and hopefully I've earned your vote on June 10th.
Hi, I'm Jeffrey Mahalik, one of the candidates running for town council in Cumberland this year. I'm running to represent West Cumberland in a 2-year term, and I'll just give you a little bit about myself. I was fortunate enough to grow up in this community, being basically a lifetime resident of Cumberland. I did attend the school system. I graduated from Greeley High School in 1999. After high school, I was employed by the town of Cumberland as a firefighter and in the public works department while attending the University of Southern Maine at night. After completion of the University of Southern Maine, I earned a bachelor's degree in industrial management, and following college, I went to work for Milton Cat, the Caterpillar dealer, covering the Northeast. And I'm presently the general manager for product support, covering Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont. You know, when I look back and think of all the things I learned in high school, but also work ethic and responsibility that I learned in those early years of employment while going to college, and really think that that helped me succeed in life. And I'm really grateful for growing up in such a fine community, but also having the support in those young years and the employment that really helped form who I am today. And as a result of that, I want to give some time back to the community and be elected as a town councilor. I've been currently on the planning board and have enjoyed that, but there was an opportunity to represent West Cumberland, which is where I presently live, and wanted to take the time to do it. You know, it's a 2-year term, opposed to most of the time it's a 3-year term, so I only have 2 years if I'm the person chosen. So, you know, some of my goals and visions for the town are really a balance, but also some transparency. And what I mean by transparency is that there's a lot of tough decisions we have to make as a community, and we got to balance providing our children with good education and having good recreational facilities and good roads and public safety, but also maintaining a tax balance that long-term citizens aren't forced out of this community because they can't afford the property taxes and they're forced to sell their homes. This community was built on these people that have lived here for decades, and they helped form Cumberland to what it is today. And those people shouldn't have to sacrifice between living in the community and selling their home because of a property tax burden. So I really just want to say that, you know, I just want to try to balance things and continue to also progress and move the town in a positive direction, but not where people are impacted in a negative fashion. I hope that I can earn your trust and support and be chosen to represent the town of Cumberland in the election. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ann Maximovich, and I'm a candidate for town council. I've lived in Cumberland for a little over 11 years. I live here with my husband, our 2 kids, and a host of animals. I am interested in running for town council because I've already served 6 years on the MSAD 51 Board of Directors. I'm also a social worker, and throughout my long career have worked with people who may not have the same advantages and are struggling with various needs that they may not feel connected. And I think that I can bring my clinical skills to town council. The town of Cumberland is a really special place, and I'm concerned that not everyone feels that they may be welcome or that they are able to stay here given economic pressures. And I hope that I can work with the council and community members to find a way to ensure that we are welcoming, that everyone knows that they're getting their needs met and can have a place to come for support, because it is important as a community that we respect everyone, no matter our political differences or differences in life circumstances, and we are truly stronger together. So I hope that you will consider voting for me this year to represent Cumberland at large on town council. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Bob Vale. I'm running for a seat on the Cumberland Town Council. I've got some 3 legislative priorities that I would like to continue to work on if I'm reelected. One of my priorities is senior housing, continuum of housing care for our elderly families. The second thing that I'd like to be working on is workforce housing. And then finally, the last thing that I want to be continue to work on, and I think is a very big priority, is consolidation of services within the surrounding communities, Falmouth, Yarmouth, North Yarmouth, perhaps Gray. We can't keep doing the same thing and expect a different outcome. We have to have try a few different things, and those are my priorities, and I look forward to seeing you on June 10th. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Kim Vine. I am running for a second term for school board. It has been such a privilege to have been able to serve the last 3 years. And I really want to emphasize that word, serve. We are public servants, whether we're on the board or the town council or any job where we are elected to govern. It is a service that we do because we love our town, we love our community, and there's work that needs to be done. And I have loved being able to do that job for the last 3 years. I moved to Cumberland with my husband and first child in 1998. So we've been here 27 years now. My oldest started kindergarten in 2001, and my youngest will graduate next year. So I'll have been an MSAD 51 parent for 25 years when he graduates. And I have been so grateful, my whole family, we've been so grateful for this school district. And so when I say serving or giving back to the community, I know so many people say that, but that really is what it means to be on the school board. And I would love an opportunity to give another 3 years of service. While I've been on the school board, I have served as the chair of the Equity Committee, as well as the chair of the Finance Committee. And I believe that I've been able to accomplish one of the goals that I set for myself 3 years ago. In fact, at the Meet the Candidates night, one of the questions we were asked is, what would you want the end of your term to look like? How would you characterize it as whether you were successful or not? And my answer had to do with bridging the gap between the community and the district. If you recall, 3 years ago, we were coming out of a really tough time. And I know I have a lot of work to do. A lot of people don't realize that the learning curve for being on the school board is about 2.5 years. And then it's time to run again. So I've learned a lot, and I would really love an opportunity to continue serving so I could keep growing and use what I have learned to do an even better job. I've made it a priority to meet with anyone who wants to talk. I treat every question as how would I have wanted someone to answer it if I had been asking that question, because it wasn't that long ago that I was not on the school board. And so I hope that if nothing else, people have felt that by coming to me, they can get a better understanding of what goes on in the district, as well as hopefully that their voice has been heard by me and that I've brought that to the board, because that really has been my priority in both committees as well as the board leading up to the One Campus project. So here I am running again, asking for your vote, asking for the opportunity to serve again. And please, if you have anything that you want to talk to me about, anything that you want to ask me, anything that you want me to know going into this election, please reach out and contact me. My contact information will be available, and I would love to meet you and talk with you. Thank you so much for the last 3 years and for the opportunity to run again.
Hello, my name is Lauren Welliver and I'm running for school board. I am a resident of Cumberland and I've lived here for almost 15 years. I'm a mom of 2 students. I have a 9th grader and a 6th grader, and I live here with my husband, the 2 kids, my 2 dogs, and my 2 cats. And you might recognize me from walking those dogs at Twinbrook. You might recognize me from the schools where I'm there for drama performances and art shows. I was just one yesterday. Chorus and band concerts, or from attending the March We Won't Back Down rally. And I'm running because I think school board and community service is really important. I've served on boards before. I've served on the Casco Bay YMCA Advisory Board. I serve right now on the Maine Estate Planning Council, and I've served on the board of the Maine Wellesley Club. This is my first time, however, thinking about and running for a town board. And I'm doing that because I love our schools. I think our schools are great. That's why I live here and why we continue to live here. And I want to do what I can in these uncertain times to make sure that they continue on their successful path. My skills and background are what I can offer the town in running and being and serving on school board. As a lawyer, I have a great foundational set of skills that I think will be really helpful. I've been trained to be a good listener, a critical thinker, and a clear communicator. I think these are really important for a school board member, where we've got to consider the viewpoints of all of our stakeholders, be able to evaluate new and complex information, and communicate decisions really clearly to all of the stakeholders. As a lawyer also, I bring a deep respect for the rule of law, and that's really important today. And I have taken an oath to uphold and defend that, and I would continue to do that as a school board member. That's super important to me. Also, as a lawyer, though, I'm a partner at my law firm, and as being a partner, I'm very used to running a business with a board of directors. Together, we make decisions collaboratively, including making hard budgetary decisions, which I know is an important function of the school board. So I bring that experience with me, and I think that would serve our town very well. If I'm elected, I promise to thoughtfully and respectfully serve, to listen to all of our stakeholders, and to not bring a personal agenda. A part of serving on boards before is knowing that we owe fiduciary duties to our entity, and that the entity's interests are the ones that we serve and not our own. So I think that's important. I want to be clear about that. And I think I can offer the town and the school a lot with the background that I have. So if this all sounds good to you, I hope that I'll have your support in June. And if you see me at any of those places I talked before, I hope you'll pull me aside, and I'd be happy to introduce myself and answer any questions that you have. So thanks so much for your interest, and please vote in June. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Kara Orton, and I'm running to represent Cumberland on the MSAD 51 school board. I'm a mom to 3 school-age children in the district, spanning from kindergarten to middle school. And like many of you, I want to see our schools thrive both now and well into the future. Professionally, I've worked as a neuropsychologist for the last 15 years, building and directing brain injury programs in for-profit and nonprofit healthcare systems. This means that I've had to make some really tough decisions, balancing budgets, leading teams, and achieving results even when resources have been very limited. I know firsthand what it takes to achieve outcomes without compromising quality, and that's the exact type of thinking that I will bring to the school board. I also currently serve on 2 statewide advisory boards focused on brain injury and disability services. My role on these boards has given me a front row seat to see how thoughtful and inclusive planning can significantly improve the lives of others while remaining fiscally responsible. I believe that our district deserves strong, transparent leadership that listens to all stakeholders and all voices, no matter the background. I may not have all the right answers, but I do know how to ask the right questions, how to use data to guide decisions, and how to remain focused on what's really important: our kids, our community, and our shared future. I would be honored to earn your vote for MSAD 51 School Board. Thank you.